Hey everyone, so this is Cody again here with Miko. So this is the part 2 of the flat assembly. This will also apply to the triplex, but we're going to walk you through this one anyway. So we've got our bottom panel, which on the last video we showed you how to put this heat in. I've actually taken the top panel out of the way for right now, just for the sake of visibility in the video. We've got our front panel. We have our back panel that has the vents. We have our 2 side pieces that have rabbeted edges, and then we have one plain divider. So how we're going to start. First, I'm just going to point out quickly, these are all pre-drilled. You'll notice that in each of the corners there's a bigger hole. That is not for a screw. These are for the screws. This is for stacking pins so that you can stack these up and they can stay stable. Just wanted to point that out. So to start things off, I'm actually just going to place 4 of the screws just kind of started in there. You can use drill, electric impact, whatever you're most comfortable with. Some people will want to do it by hand. That works too. It takes a long time, but it also works. So we're going to start with our bottom piece here. You can see that it's rabbeted all the way around, and I've got a side panel. We're going to line it up to the edge. We're going to line it up to the top. It's going to actually fit into that rabbeted edge there to align everything for you. And then you're just going to tighten that in. So with tightening, you want to get it so that it's just barely past flush. Don't suck it all the way through. Just for the sake of stacking, and you're going to want to make sure that it's just past flush if you are stacking all both of them. So one side, I'm going to take this guy over here, and we're going to do side 2. Now we've got 4 screws holding in each side. Said I find it's easy to just start them like by finger because it'll just grab into it. Then do your alignment. Align that with your hands, make sure you don't pinch your fingers. Tighten it up, and then your same thing, you're doing it all the way down. Go. So just take the time to make sure that everything lines up right and everything sits inside the rabbeted edge. It's really designed to align for you. All right, so now we've got the 2 sides. This right now, we've got the heat tape is facing up, which means that this is the back. So we're gonna grab the back panel, and you see there's a dado down the center of the panel. You're going to make sure that goes to the inside. I'm gonna place this guy on here. You can place this flat as well to do this, it's up to you. I find it easiest to do it this way because I like to get the screws on the bottom started to kind of hold everything in. But there will be screws across the bottom and screws, it's actually 2 down each side and 6 across the bottom. Plus I also use gravity this way to hold everything down. So you're spending less time messing around. Over here, making sure this is nice and flat in there. When this aligns properly down here, this sits flush there. That's a very good way to tell if it's sitting properly. Like I said, with the dados and the rabbets actually for around the edges, it does align everything for you. So as long as you're within those rabbets, everything should be aligned. So we're going to put the ones across the back here, and then there are 6 across the bottom. Get all of those in. I like to hold against it with my other hand. That's just me wanting to make sure everything's exactly how it should be. Completely up to you. All right. So flip this guy down. So you can see we've got a rabbeted edge here, or a dado in the middle. We've got a dado running down the middle. For the front, in goes the front panel. The proper placement of the front panel has the, make sure that goes in the dado, or in the rabbet. The proper placement has the vents going to the right, and the hinges at the bottom, the latches at the top. So same thing, we're gonna make sure this is nice and aligned here. I'm just gonna put that guy in. Same there. I'm just gonna run around to the other side and do the same. It's a little less awkward when you're not videoing, of course, because you're not bopping around trying to get the best angle, but Same thing with the side. And if you look at how I've set these in, we're just past flush. You can kind of just feel them going down and in. Which makes for a nice consistent finish. So we're going to flip this guy up onto its back. Now you can see the holes that are pre-drilled. I said 6 of them on this one. I said if you do that and just give it like a quarter twist with your finger, it holds all your screws in place, and then you spend less time messing around. So I'm just making sure the front is aligned. As I said, if it goes down into that rabbited edge, the front does sit nice and aligned. Take your time making sure it's aligned. Time taken here makes for a much cleaner finish on your enclosure. Just gonna pop over here and do that last one there. Then you can see that I've left the holes in the corners. Now if you do make a mistake and put a screw in there, just pull it back out, because like I said, the stacking pins are designed to go here, and that way everything stays aligned and stays from moving. All right, so next we have our divider. So if you show in here, we've got recess groove all the way around. Make sure that tucks down into that bottom groove. You'll see that it flushes out here. When you get in far enough, it flushes at the top. What I like to do is I feel the other edge just to make sure everything's staying how it should be. Put in my 4 from the bottom. So, flip her down. Now, you can see the 2 divided compartments. There's going to be 1 screw in the middle at the front. There, and then there's the same hole in the back in the middle. Aligned. So this one's going to be taken back apart and sent out flat pack, but with you assembling, this would be the time for you to seal it. It is way easier to seal it right now. So on the inside edges in here, running a silicone bead, 100% silicone. Some people like to use Dynex 230. On these as well, just because in our, people are usually running substrate in these, so we run it up, even say, 3 or 4 inches in the corners, press it in there, let it dry. You can actually put the top on while it's drying, or if you want, you can leave it overnight after you've sealed it. Wait till the smell goes away. Once the smell drops off, that means it's ready for your animal. So we're gonna grab this guy here. So remember, we installed the light before, but you can see when this goes onto the top, excuse the mess of this. This is as far as the dust is in our shop, but you can see that where this is installed, you can see a channel. So you actually route this and push down the light cable like so. And when you do that, it's going to keep this below surface level, so that when you stack the next one on top, it's not going to rub against the light, and it still keeps the cord outside of the enclosure so that your animals don't touch it. This being a flat, it's designed for, obviously, for terrestrial species, usually terrestrial geckos, leos, Chinese cave geckos, African fat tails, stuff like that. But same thing, we're going to be aligning. So you can see I'm going to line the front, make sure that everything's sitting where it should be. Throw it through here, and then the same on the other front side. And then I'm going to be doing the same thing, running the rest of these screws in and aligning it. I'll do that off camera because you've seen me install quite a few screws already, but we're just aligning the corners and screwing everything down.